Hi, I'm Christine, a math teacher in New York City, and this is Sawyer, a former math teacher and the co-founder of Goblins.
Hey, Christine, welcome.
Hi, Sawyer. So some of our members on the wait list have questions for you about the Goblins app.
Cool.
We selected the top 15 of the most frequently asked questions.
Cool. Let's
so
do it.
Shayna from Madison, Washington asks, which classes are you supporting?
So we're starting off focusing on late middle school, early high school. So that's 7th grade, 8th grade, Algebra 1, and Algebra 2. Coming early this winter will be 6th grade and geometry, and we'll kind of work our way out from there.
Robert from San Jose would like to know, can I create my own problems, or does Goblins bring the problems? Is it BYOP?
So we'll bring the problems, and I think you'll be happy with that because we've got a huge database of topics for every single course. We're talking hundreds per course. And there's also quite a range of what kinds of topics these are. This could be like more Khan Academy style, rote skill oriented, all the way up to like more higher order thinking skills, think more like illustrative math. And so I think you'll be happy with what we have there.
Donna from Columbus, Ohio would like to know, how do I know if a given topic is supported?
So we've got the full list published on our website, and we'll link to that here in the video. And also, if there's something that is not on that list that you feel like, oh, I'd really love if we could cover that, and this particular subset isn't there, just email us. We're really flexible. We're a small team. We'll work behind the scenes to make sure that we're supporting your topic. And yeah, we'll get there.
Madison from LA asked, how do I assign problems? For that matter, what does the teacher view look like?
So we'll have a webinar coming up that also will link here. We suggest you subscribe for so that you get to see it in real time and you can ask me questions about it in real time. The quick preview is we make it really easy to assign topics. You just search for that topic from our database of topics. You'll be able to click the assign button. You'll get a code, and that code you can give to your students, just like if you were using Kahoot. And the kids will also get a QR code and a link. You can provide them any of these ways of accessing the app, and they'll hop right into the assignment and start working.
Colleen from Hoboken, New Jersey asks, will all of the students get the same problem?
So the students will actually have a more customized, personalized experience. So every student is going to get a different problem, but one that's very analogous. And that way, there's no sharing, there's no cheating, among the students. But also, we have a feature where we scale up and down the difficulty of the problem, and we've got a variety within each topic based on how well the students are doing. And so, students who are struggling a bit more will get an easier version. They'll kind of build their way up towards the more difficult ones.
Julia from Scranton asks, how does Goblins gauge the mastery?
So on that note, based on how well students do on the easier versus the more difficult problems, we'll be able to gauge, how they're doing. And it's quite different than any of the tools that you've probably used before, where they're just judging, how many did you get right, how many did you get wrong. In this case, it's kind of like if they were working with you one-on-one. The students will always eventually get it right because they have that kind of support. And so instead, we're judging based on how much is the student struggling, like how many tries does it take them, how much support do they need, do they remember, how to perform this particular routine, and that way we can kind of condense all the work that they're doing into a metric that is really easy for you to understand. So similar to right or wrong, we're just gauging struggle.
Brooke from Kansas City asks, what devices are supported, and what if they don't have a touch device?
Good question. Yeah, so all devices are supported, and I mean that. It's very versatile. That means, Chromebook or any kind of web interface. Also, tablet and mobile. That's iOS and Android both. Our recommendation would be the touch device. It's the most magical, you could say, on touch because it feels the most like pencil paper, which is, of course, what students are used to. So they can, draw with their finger in real time and get feedback. If you don't have a touch device, though, that's cool, too. A lot of students use it that way. It's still a great experience. They can use their trackpad to actually do the work. And they'll still be able to have their, written work read by the AI. And it's still going to give them the instantaneous feedback. And that's still a very powerful experience.
Kelly from Lexington, Kentucky asks, how does Goblins handle privacy? Is it compliant?
So we take privacy very seriously. We are indeed COPPA, FERPA, and GDPR compliant. The short gist here is that we store as minimal PII as possible. In fact, you could actually run Goblins where the students are completely using pseudonyms, and all their performance data is tied just to that pseudonym. Or, of course, you can have the students put in their emails, and we're only going to store the email with respect to the performance data, and all that data besides that is completely anonymized. I should also add that our security standards are, state-of-the-art, gold standard. Everything is encrypted both at rest and in transit. That includes even, the voice data coming back and forth. So that shouldn't be a concern as well.
Josh from Boise, Idaho asks, how much does it cost after my trial? How is it purchased?
Yes. So that'll be a conversation that we'll have either with your principal or your math department chair, or even your head of district if we want to have it there. It's going to be purchased on a per student basis. So for example, you could purchase 60 licenses, and then you could apportion those licenses however you want throughout the year. For each license, one student will be using it at a time, but that way you can kind of maximize your value. And so you can have 20 students in this class, 20 students in that class, and in that class, and then you can kind of mix and match. Now it's 30, 15.
Sierra from Phoenix asks, on the site it says that there are LMS integrations. Which and what does supporting mean here?
So out of the box, we've got Google Classroom and Canvas, and then Schoology, Moodle, and Blackboard will be coming soon. Support is pretty straightforward. Basically, you can port in your roster, so the students can all get notified in the app based on, say your Google Classroom roster of students. And also the grade data will come back. So the completion, like the student finished 6 out of 10 assignments by the due date, whatever it is, that will go back into your gradebook seamlessly as well.
Elizabeth from Memphis, Tennessee would like to know, it also mentions multiple languages. Can you speak to that? No pun intended.
Yes, claro. We support Spanish, French, Vietnamese, actually 12 languages that a student can speak with Goblins in, and it will completely talk back to them in those languages as well. The only thing we don't support is drawing with non-Roman alphabet, so like drawing in Arabic or drawing in Mandarin. We're not quite there yet. We'll be there eventually, but this already is a big step forward in your ability to differentiate with students who don't speak English natively.
And my favorite question is last. Catherine from Orlando would like to know, why is it called Goblins? Essential
question. And I promise that'll become clear over the next couple of months. We're building a whole sort of storytelling narrative component to this. If you can imagine, different characters the students are talking to and unlocking as they, get better with Goblins. So it'll become clearer with time. Suffice to say for now, it's all coming. Mm-hmm. Cool.
And I think that's actually our last question. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Christine.
Nice.
Yeah, and thanks so much for your interest in Goblins. We're really excited to support your classroom. If any questions weren't answered here, email us on our website, respond here on the video or in the email you received this video from. We're really looking forward to supporting you. Thanks so much.